You are joining with Sri TV Primetime News. I'm Kalum Bandar. Let's look at the headlines.
Vote me, President requested from Tamil people. 38 Indian fishermen released on Sri Lankan custody. Bodhubala Sena would not support Maithripala Sirisena.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa requested the Tamil community in the northern province to keep faith in the motherland and not in the gold they owned that was returned to them last day.
He made this observation at a ceremony to hand over jewellery forcibly taken over by the LTTE to about 2,000 people from the north. They arrived in 4 special trains from Jaffna to attend the ceremony held at Temple Trees yesterday. President Mahinda Rajapaksa said he instructed the authorities to find the genuine owners of the jewellery and hand the items back to the owners, as he believed that they be given to the owners since the jewellery was purchased with great difficulty.
The Sri Lankan government may consider releasing 38 Indian fishermen in its custody if Sri Lankan fishermen, 40 of them detained in India prisons and released, the Sri Lankan government has said.
We have requested Indian government through our foreign ministry and discussions are on with the Indian High Commission in Colombo. We have requested the Indian government through our foreign ministry and discussions are on with the Indian High Commission in Colombo. Acting Fisheries Minister Sarath Kumar Gunaratna said on Thursday. 30 of 40 are detained in Tamil Nadu and 10 in Andhra Pradesh.
The Election Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya has instructed the local state government administrations to remove the banners and posters of the Mahinda Rajapaksa, which relates the upcoming presidential election.
Even though an election commissioner has got powers to issue these directive orders of removing the banners and posters only after the submission of application by the electoral candidates and after the December 8, 2014, the electoral commissioner has issued this order now itself, well in advance. The election commissioner also issued order to the removal of posters to the Colombo Municipal Council. The election commissioner also mentioned that they remove these banners and posters the local administration. In the meantime, the Colombo Mayor A.J.M. Muzammil also ordered the officials yesterday to remove the banners and posters of Mahinda Rajapaksa subsequently to the cautious and warning issued by the Bar Council Association of Sri Lanka.
Bodhubala Sena said today it would not support the common candidate because of the past and present activities of the members of his alliance.
Bodhubala Sena National Organization Venerable Vitharandeniya Nandatheru told the BBS conversation at the Hyde Park that they would neither back the government. Chandrika Kumaratunga is behind the common candidate, so we cannot trust Maithripala Sirisena as well, Venerable Nandatheru said.
Lawyer Namal Rajapaksa deposited cash at the Election Commission in the hope of contesting the presidential election.
He will contest under the ticker of National Front Party. Lawyer Namal Rajapaksa currently serves as the president of movement named releasing all political prisoners. He entirely worked to grant justice to Aludgama victim and took legal measures on evacuation activities at Mattala mass grave.
The Students' Unions of Sri Jayewardenepura University says a crisis situation has emerged after its administration decided to remove the inmates from the 2 girls' hostel. A Sri Lankan man on the death row was pardoned by the father of a young Saudi man run over by the expatriate in Saudi Arabia, foreign media reported today. Media that the landslide victim residing in the Ponagala Tamil Mahavidyalaya says at present officials have stopped supplying foods to us and let the god turn his eyes towards east. 2 Indian nationals have been arrested for violating visa regulations and engaging in trading activities, the police media unit said. Police personnel carried out brutal attacks against Uma Bhati, member of the Chennai Dravid Freedom Movement, for celebrating the birthday of Prabhakaran.
CID has recorded a statement from UNP MP Ranjan Ramanayake over a telephone call which was made by an identified caller during a live television debate this week.
Sport Minister Mahindananda Aludgamage had lodged a police complaint over the telephone call, and media reports today said that it had been made using a telephone number registered with the UNP MP. In the incident, an unidentified man had made a call to a private television station when Aludgamage was taking part in the live debate. The caller had made several allegations and the minister accused him of directing the allegation towards him. Alutgamage had accused the moderator on live television for failing to end the call when the allegations were being made, despite the moderator saying his television station had no control over the callers.
About 500,000 people have fled coastal villages and evacuated their homes in the Philippines as a powerful storm approaches the archipelago.
Typhoon Hagupit, which weakened slightly on Friday night, is due to make landfall on Saturday evening. It is on course for the eastern and northern Samar provinces and the city of Tacloba, where thousands were killed by Typhoon Haiyan a year ago. Gusts peaked at 230 km per hour, 143 miles per hour, but dropped to 195 km per hour, 121 miles per hour, on Friday. Thousands of passengers were left stranded after Philippine Airlines and Cebu Pacific cancelled more than 150 flights to the central and southern Philippines on Friday and Saturday, and sea travel services were suspended.
A U.S. grand jury will be asked to decide whether to prosecute a New York police officer over a fatal shooting of an unarmed black man in Brooklyn.
Akai Galai was shot in the chest after he entered the stairwell of his apartment building last month. The decision comes days after a grand jury opted against charging a New York policeman in the chokehold death of another unarmed black man, Eric Garner. The decision has sparked protests across the country. The U.S. was already facing race-related unrest over the decision not to indict another police officer who had shot dead a young black man, Michael Brown, in Ferguson, Missouri.
Australia captain Michael Clarke is on course to play in next week's first test against India in Adelaide after he came through a training session.
Clarke, 33, who has been struggling with a hamstring injury, gave a moving eulogy for teammate Philip Hughes at the batsman's funeral on Wednesday. But he showed no reaction to the injury during a session in Sydney. As long as he's fine to do the running and can bat, he'll play, Australia coach Darren Learman said. We'll get him batting on Saturday and see how he goes. We'll be guided by medical staff, the captain himself and selectors.
That's for the news today. Have a pleasant evening. Good night.